We're going to combine sweet with heat in a dish with cooked jalapenos and strawberries, as well as fresh salsa with the same ingredients, all in one pan. You have got to make this. Welcome to Lawyer in the Kitchen. Today we're going to make strawberry jalapeno chicken. It's going to be fantastic. We got sweet with the heat. And so for the sweet, we've got some honey. I've got 2 tablespoons of honey. This is actually a sweeter barbecue sauce, 2 tablespoons as well. 16 ounces of strawberries, which will add to the sweet. And then comes the heat, all of the jalapenos. We're going to put in 3 of those, maybe 4, I don't know. We'll see where we are. These are actually all homegrown. And 2 shallots, a half cup, a lot of balsamic vinegar, a half cup of balsamic vinegar. And finally, you'll have to get this in the international foods aisle, most likely, chipotle peppers and adobe sauce. Okay, we've chopped up everything except for the jalapenos. I've got the shallots here. This is 2 tablespoons of shallots. This is 1 cup of the strawberries. And we're gonna go ahead and get the 3 jalapenos. I picked out 3 nice ones. These are from our garden. These are really, really nice. It's the one thing we can absolutely grow. I say we, that's almost hilarious. My wife grows this stuff. So I've cut these in half. You know, jalapenos are the most, in my opinion, I know I've said this before, they are the most widely variable on temperature. But that doesn't matter because we've got plenty of heat in other things, like a little bit of heat in the chipotles. Here's the thing about the jalapenos. It adds an incredible flavor. It's not just the heat. You know, it's like Chinese hot mustard. Sometimes it's not that hot, but the flavor is fantastic. And the same thing is true, I think, for jalapenos. If I can pronounce them. How do you pronounce them, Mrs. Brooks?
Jalapeno.
She's got it down. I just can't do it like she does. We're almost at almost 18,000 subscribers. I figured, yeah. And as we speak, I'm sitting at 288,000 views, which I feel pretty good about. And I do. And look, I appreciate all of you that watch this because it's just fun to cook and it's fun to share cooking. I think that's, you know, that sounds, like I'm running for office or something, but I'm not. There's nothing like having family around and cooking and enjoying it and having all of that goes with that. All right, so we're gonna chop these up. I got one more seed here, I got that out. We're gonna chop this up. This is 3, and we're gonna use a 1/3 cup of this in the salsa. And that's why you'll notice that I've got the shallots separated here. I've got 2 tablespoons of shallots there. I think I've already said that once, but that's okay. All right, so we're ready to chop these up nicely here. And you don't want them too big especially because some of this is going in the salsa. Now I'm gonna go run through here one more time. I'm gonna do it this way once. And I'm pretty happy with that. That looks pretty good. All right, so we're looking to put a 1/3 cup to save for the salsa, and then we're gonna start cooking. So we're gonna make the salsa first so we can let this start marinating a little bit. So we've got nothing changed on the amount of ingredients. We're just taking some of those ingredients that we chopped up. So 2 tablespoons of the shallots, 1 cup of the strawberries, and a 1/3 cup of the jalapenos, 1 tablespoon, 1 tablespoon of the half cup of balsamic vinegar. And we're just gonna let that, I'm gonna mix this up a little bit. A little bit of salt for the salsa. And mix that up again. And we'll set this aside and we'll start cooking. Jalapenos are considered to be fruits rather than vegetables. They are native to Mexico, and Mexico consumes them more than any other country. Jalapenos were introduced into the United States by Spanish explorers in the 1500s, primarily by way of Texas and other southern states. They were traditionally cultivated in the town of Jalapa, and the name jalapeno comes from the name of the town. Combined with the sweetness of strawberries, jalapenos make a perfect one-pan dish. So let's cook the chicken first, then we'll set it aside. I'm gonna use grapeseed oil. It's one of my favorite oils when I'm not looking for flavor. This is not a lot of flavor, okay? It's got a nice high flash point. There we go. All right, so we're gonna put our chicken in. You can go with 1 to 2 pounds of chicken breast, like 4 chicken breasts would probably be good. I bought this for another dish that I didn't use, so I'm gonna cook it now. And so these are chicken breast pieces. I'm gonna go ahead and get them in the pan while it's cool. And this is about a little more than a pound, about 1.25 pounds. And then we're gonna salt, pepper, and put a little garlic powder on these. And I'm gonna turn it down in just a second because I hear it starting to sizzle. A little salt, fresh cracked pepper. I gotta turn this down. And I'm gonna put in about 3/4 teaspoon of garlic powder. I'm gonna save some for the other side. So if you're cooking chicken breasts, go ahead and cook them to about 100, check the internal temperature to about 160 because it's gonna rise after that and you're gonna cook it some more with the sauce when we're done. And the temperature you're looking for is 165. These are cut up pieces that I salted again, put a little more garlic powder and also pepper on here. Did I say pepper to begin with? Okay, well I did that too. Salt and pepper and garlic powder. Anyhow, break these up a little bit more. And we do want to make sure they're cooked through though. All right, so these are absolutely done. We're gonna pull these out, let them rest. And we're gonna use the same pan because I promised you this would be a 1-pan dish, and it is. Okay, so we're gonna put the shallots and the jalapenos in here. The remainder of the 2 shallots and the remainder of the 3 jalapenos that we didn't use for the salsa. And we're gonna cook these a couple of minutes to get them a little soft. And that looks good. Come get a close-up of that, Sharon. We're gonna sweat these, although there's some juice in there. All right, so we're looking at coming up on 2 minutes, just getting these softened up. And you can smell the heat actually coming off of the jalapenos. And I'm gonna add the rest of the vinegar after I've cooked this for 2 minutes. And I'm coming in on that to deglaze. There's not much to actually deglaze on this. If you were using an iron skillet, you might have some of that, especially if you used oil, more oil. But this is kind of where I want it. All right, so we're gonna put the remainder minus 1 tablespoon. Here comes all of that balsamic vinegar. Okay, the pan is deglazed per se. Probably misnomer here because there's no glazing on it. Oh man, that vinegar is strong. All right, so we're gonna add the strawberries that we have left that we didn't put in the salsa out of the 16 ounces that we began with. We're gonna add the barbecue sauce. And this barbecue sauce is really a favorite here in Florida and a lot of other places. It's Sonny's sweet barbecue sauce. And here comes the 2 tablespoons of honey. And then we're looking to put in about the equivalent of 1 chipotle chili, which I'm gonna go is about there. There we go. Oh, the heat's coming up. We're gonna cook this now for about 7 or 8 minutes. I'm gonna go ahead and put the cilantro in here as well. And we're gonna save some cilantro at the end, some raw cilantro to cover this up. We're gonna thicken this up nicely. I'll tell you what, this is looking good. And now that I got the vinegar burned out of that a little bit, it's really smelling great. Like I said, about 7 to 8 minutes here on this. So we've gone 7, 8 minutes here. And look at this. If you come over here and you look at this, you can tell it's nice and thick because when you scoop it across the pan in the trough, it takes so long to fill in. So you know it's right, okay? So now we're gonna put the chicken in there and with the juices. We're gonna add whatever juices is left. Not a lot, but just some. And We're gonna get this all heated back up. We're gonna make sure everything is very well coated. Just keep, see, we got that. All these chipotles are looking good. And you know, the chipotle should have a nice smoked flavor. We're gonna put another teaspoon of the adobo in here. Just the sauce.
That's enough. Oh my gosh.
That's just the sauce. There's a smokiness of it coming off. This is good. All right, so this is done. We're just going to put the salsa on top and we're gonna serve and eat and we're gonna try it. So we're gonna serve this right on the middle of this plate. That looks really good. And so now we're gonna put the salsa on it, which has all of the raw. So this is right there. And then we're gonna put a little bit of cilantro. It's time to taste this. I can tell you, you can smell the smokiness of the chipotles. I think this is gonna be really, really good. I cooked this chicken on a very low temperature to get it done so it'd be tender, I think, I hope. And we'll see. Oh, totally tender. Sweet. And then comes the heat, a little bit of heat, but the heat's great, and the little smokiness of the chipotles. You gotta make this. If you don't like this, there's something wrong with you. I'm telling you. The heat comes in at the end. Yeah, people will be eating this. I'm telling you. Am I wrong? You got the smokiness.
No,
you
can taste everything.
Nothing's too hot. No. Despite the fact she's giving me a little bit on the extra chipotle, I tell you. Am I wrong? If you like this video, I would appreciate it if you like and subscribe. Comment too, because I'd love to hear your comments. And tell me what country you're from. We've got people from all over the globe that have told me where they're from. China, Australia, India, of course the United States, and Canada for sure.
Wow.
So tell me where you're from. And I will see you next time on
While You're in the Kitchen.